Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode. Today, as you see, I'm in a different studio. I'm in Healthy Home Cooking Studio, as a matter of fact, because my studio has a little bit of an upgrade going on, which I'll show you about that in a separate episode, if you haven't already saw it. Alrighty, so today, very excited, I'm going to unbox the DJI Osmo Action 4 Adventure Combo. And I'm going to put it together and show you some of the minor things about this. Later on, we'll go through exactly how to use it and those kind of stuff, but that's a separate episode. This is just the unboxing and putting together, and first impressions, of course. This I paid for by myself. Let me unbox this. It does have a sheen on it, a wrapping, as you can see. So we're going to take that off. Now, I will tell you, I did look online first on the DJI website, and it did say that this can take up to 512 gig micro SD card. I did go out and get one of those. I'll show you how to put that in a little bit later. How do we get this out? There we go. Now, as you can see here, it has Osmo Action and accessories. So we're going to take out accessories first. Opening this up, we have silicone gel, do not eat. We have a USB-C to USB-C. We have a magnetic with clip attachment. Show you what that's for in a little bit later. We have a lens on here, which if you use this lens, it's kind of like an inside lens. If you use this one, it is not waterproof. We have the Osmo Action 4 Quick Start Guide, and we have the safety guide. We have a couple DJI stickers and the Light Cut app. So you can put Light Cut on your phone. You can just download it from iPhone or Google Store. And then, we have the batteries. Now, the really cool thing about this is with the adventure pack that I got here, as you see, 1, 2, 3. All 3 of those go in this case. This case is actually a charging case. There's this little black button here. You push that and it'll show you if it's charged or not. And of course, if they're charging. And we'll go over that again a little bit later. Still feels heavy. What's in here? That's right. In the Action Adventure combo, you also have a selfie stick. Now, with the selfie stick on the DJI, I think it's called a Mimo app, you can actually, how do you extend this? Oh, there we go. Ooh, that's long. That's very long. Look at that thing. Whoa. That's super duper 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 long. Okay. So what I was saying is in the Mimo app, you can actually have this disappear. As you're holding the selfie stick will actually disappear. You won't see the selfie stick. So it looks like there's just a camera out there floating, almost like you have a drone out there following you or something. And now in here is the Osmo Action 4. You have, of course, the actual camera and the case. On the case, I should say in the case bag, there's a few more surprises. Open this up, and you have a couple more of those screws, adapter screws. Ta-da! You have another clip, and those clips, they're magnetic. There we go. They are magnetic. Looks like you have to put it in one way, because you put it in the other way, it doesn't want to go. But you put it in this way, clips on there really nice. And then to get them off, there's 2 clips on the side. You push, comes right off. And the last thing you have in here is for a helmet. So you have a helmet mount. So if it's a little concaved right here. So you just put that on a helmet and you have a mount for your DJI Action 4. So put that over there. And here is your Action 4. Now on the Action 4, you will see one, of course, the nice big button on top, which is the record button and also select button and those kind of things. You have the QS button, which is a quick switch button, but it does actually a few more things than what the original Osmo Action did. And then at the bottom, you have mount area. And on this side, you push this button. Come on. There we go. I didn't want to break it already, but just push down a little bit, pull forward. That pops this open. You can see a red line. That means it is not waterproof. You open that up, and right in there is where you put the battery and you put the SD card. And then back around where you have the quick switch button, which is also the power button, you have the same thing. You push that up, and that is where you can charge, you can put an external microphone in there, all that neat stuff. So we'll show you how to do that a little bit later as well. On to the setup. So we're going to go ahead and plug this in. There is a Type-C there. Just flip it over where we see the lights. And they went from yellow to gold. So let's see what happens when they're powered up. So as you see here, as they do charge up, they do start turning green. And this one needs a little more charge. Now assembling this and doing the first startup, what I'm going to do is put the adapter holder, I'm not exactly sure what you call it, on the bottom. Now just so you can see here, to take that off, you got to push this side, and there's a button on this side, and then it comes right off. Now it is on there pretty good because it does have a very strong magnet. And then when you put it on, you can see you have to make sure those clips are in there. And then on the side here, again, you got to make sure that, especially if you're going to be using this underwater, that you don't see any red. Now that is, of course, where you can plug in to charge batteries that are in here, if you have a battery in here. This is also how you get your data out. If you don't want to take the card out, you can just pull it right out of there. And supposedly you can just put in a USB-C microphone. And on this side, see how that arrow is? You got to just push down. And again, that's the red line I was talking about. You got to make sure you don't see that red line. If you do see it, that means it's not watertight. But in here is where you put the battery and you put the micro SD card. Take one of these fully charged batteries out, and you can see way down the bottom, you see some pins. That's where this part of the battery kind of falls right in. Push it just a little bit, and then we're going to take this micro SD card out. Now there is a little diagram there that says how you put it in, which looks like that. So we go ahead and push that down in there until it clicks. There we go. So it's in there, it stays. Then you just close that up. Again, make sure you push it all the way up so that you do not see any red, and you're ready to go. This is your power button on the side, which says QS, quick shift, or quick switch, excuse me. But it also is your on-off button. Push that, Ta-da! And as you first start this, it makes noise. But go ahead and click what language you are. Oh, it clicks. There's a lot of languages on here. There it is. Then it says scan the QR code to download the DJI Mimo and connect to camera unit to activate. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now scanning the QR code does take you to this page. And it says DJI Mimo, get, push that. There we go. And download the Android. Download. Okay, now you see file is downloaded. Go ahead and open. Allow permissions if it hasn't already done so. Install. App installed. Open. And then of course you have to agree. Okay. And then it's going to load all your reference files. And there you go. And all you have to do, it says tap here to connect device. See you tap. It asks to have access to your storage to edit and download photos and videos. Well, obviously you want to do that. And then, of course, allow again. There we go. So now it's searching, and it does show 2 action cameras. Osmo Action, the one I'm actually videotaping on now, and the new Osmo Action 4. So this is double check, and Osmo Action 4 A63, so this is the one I want. And 8962, 8962, hit accept. Terms of use, of course you have to agree. Now we're going to activate the Osmo Action 4. And it says to activate your device when you connect it for the first time to receive warranty. And then you of course hit, there we go, allow access, next. So I do have to log into my DJI account. Go ahead and log in, confirm the information, and activate. And it wants to know if I want to do DJI Care refresh. And you have up to 30 days to do this. But we're going to skip that for now. So we're going to go ahead and download the firmware. It did ask if I wanted to look for firmware update, which I did. So I pressed OK. So now it is downloading. And once it gets to about 50%, if you look down the bottom, the install button has now turned blue, which means you can push it. And of course, you'll see the numbers starting to go back up again. On the Osmo Action itself, you'll see the lights blinking, that's normal. And you'll see update in progress. And you see the same thing in the front. And it says done here. And the screen has turned blank and now it's coming back on, yay. So click done. I was going to try to reconnect. Say, actually it had update on it, so it is updated. You just saw that just for a second. There we go. So now, there you have it. You can kind of see the Mimo app. Now on the Mimo app, of course that's something that's probably a whole other video, but you can record, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. So kind of go through the functions real quick. Now one thing, if you have the original action cam from DJI, one big thing you'll notice is on the corner here you see 1 times, tap and hold. Sorry. You'll see it has a zoom function. up to 2 times zoom. That is awesome. And of course, just like the old one, swiping up, that gives you the resolution. And of course you have Rock Study. But now you have Rock Study Plus, Rock Study Plus. You have horizontal balancing. Come on. There we go. And you have horizontal study. But we're going to go ahead and keep it on Rock Study for now. And then to the right, of course, you have all the video modes that you can go through, or photo, slow motion, and of course time lapse. And of course you have all of your different settings. And of course, as you saw, you have the front and back screens, just like the original Osmo Action, except on the front screen, guess what? This is also a touchscreen. That is freaking awesome. Putting the case on is very easy. So all you have to do is on this lever on top, just pull that up. That kind of separates it a little bit. All you have to do is where it says, quick switch button, just make sure you put that right in there. Of course, make sure your buttons are all lined up. Now on the old Action 3, the case that came with it, you had to take the take the lens off. This, you don't have to do that. And then all you have to do, put that back down. That puts it in place. You have a nice carrying case. You can still get into all of your compartments on the sides. Now, in order to change the battery, though, it looks like you will have to take this off, which, again, not a big deal. But one thing that I do see, it does not have any cold shoe attachment, but it does have a place on the side here where you can actually have this thing mounted sideways. So if you do vertical videos, that's nice and convenient. But I'll probably have to get something that has a cold shoe on it, just so I can put a microphone on, like mount a microphone base on it or something. So I'll probably have to get a small rig or Tellison or something like that. We'll have other videos coming up on how to use it and how to mess with the menu screens and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned, and as always, have a great day.